Hey, how you doing? This is Marshall Kennedy with Africana Change, and I am doing the reflection on the quotes that we had for the previous class. I didn't actually see the quote that I had. My quote was a little bit longer, and it had to do with slavery being done. Or it was like African culture killing slavery or something like that. But I'm just gonna pick another one. Um, One I see right here is African Americans have no connection to African culture. I don't think that's entirely true. I think we do have a connection to African culture because we are of African descent. So we are connected fully. I think we are connected to our African culture, whether we want to be or not, because it's our ancestors who came from Africa. It's our ancestors who came from Africa, so there is no choice of if we are connected to African culture or not. We are African culture, so I mean that pretty much sums it up. I can't remember who actually had that quote, but I think that's a big one. One that couple more quotes that did stand out to me was Spanish-speaking people have roots only in Spain. I think that's I think that's false. I think a good amount, a lot of roots did come from Spain, but entirely from Spain, I don't think is necessarily true. And the way that the Spanish people who have like the root, speaking people who have that root, that root can come from so many different places because there's so many different cultures when you're mixing up a language at all. So it could be taken from Spain, and it could have been mixed with so many different other things. But it depends on what culture it is. That's one that Enemy had, and with her, it was kind of ironic that she's from the Dominican Republic and she got that one. So she disagreed, and that's that's firsthand information that her being from a Spanish-speaking country, she can fully say that that's not an entirely true statement. The other one was a list of words associated with black, and it had like black sheep, black male, black Monday, black Friday, blackout, black mark. So one thing I see with this is like these are all negative, pretty much negative words. The only one that's not negative but is kind of negative in a way is Black Friday, and it's just because it's a day where everything's on sale, so everything's discounted. So that could be a negative way. Because then we get to the list of words associated with white, and its goodness and its truth and joy and bright and shine. So all these things are positive traits compared to most of the words associated with black, which are negative traits. So I mean that's probably the biggest quote. The list of words associated with black and white that I think really stood out to me. And yeah, so those are just some things that I had an opinion on, and I think that really stood out and mattered. And I think that these are just a few things that culture-wise that we should probably look at, the negative and the positives and the root of different things. And that is my conclusion.